What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? You already know how it go. It is your boy B back with another video, and I'm off the camera. I'm in the office. I just got off of a call not too long ago with somebody talking about starting a business. Right? They booked a call with me, and they wanted to talk to me about some ideas that they had, and this was for a clothing brand. And I really want to talk about how you can start a business with no money. And I also want to talk about what the risk is. Like, what are you sacrificing? So if you guys want raw, honest content, that's here. Okay. Make sure you guys subscribe. Feel me? My name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you make an extra income stream. And follow me on all social media platforms, Hustlertaughtme. But like, when it comes to you making money without having to spend money, you can do it. I did it. And I did this in 2014 when I came to Philadelphia, and I did not necessarily have any plans, any job. I just needed to make money and make my legacy and start to build generational wealth. Now, if you don't want to start with money, you're going to have to sacrifice something, right? And it's not nobody. There's no people or anything. Let's make that clear. But you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of time. And that's sort of kind of where you get it either or. You're either going to have to pay more money or pay more time. It all depends on what you want to do, right? Prime example, if you want to, let's say, post on social media every day, there's tools where they'll post for you, but you have to pay. Or you can post yourself and take all the time to sit there and have alarms going off so you can post. And it's exactly the same when it comes to business. Is if you're going to try and do something for free, if you want to make sure you don't have to put out an investment, it's going to take a lot of time, sweat, and tears. If you are somebody that doesn't want to go through that, just pay. Buy that product. Buy that service. Whatever you need to start your business. But in this video, we're going to be talking about what you guys need to start a business for free. All right. How do you do it? How did I do it? Let's say that, right? So number one, what I had to do was I had to do a lot of soul searching and research, and YouTube was my best friend. And what I mean by YouTube was my best friend, not watching people talk about money, but instead I looked up how to work different softwares, how to use Final Cut, how to use Photoshop, how to edit flyers. That was my first lesson that I think I started to do that actually rewarded me with money, because I started making flyers. And you can literally start making flyers and make money and not necessarily ever have to spend anything. So what I did was I went, and I'm sure they have it now because I have it on my computer at work, but you can get Photoshop for free. And all you have to do is search on YouTube how to get Photoshop free. And it's like this whole process you have to do, but you can get it for free. I got it for free, and I went on YouTube and started to learn how to make flyers with Photoshop. Now, I no longer use Photoshop, but that was a big part of me evolving as a entrepreneur, because I had to do marketing somehow, right? I had to be able to get these flyers out, because at the time I was doing a modeling agency. So I had to get these flyers out saying, hey, looking for models, looking for photographers, looking for rappers. So that was a really big stepping stone for me, and it took me months because I was trying to perfect things. And when you're doing things for free, you have a tendency to say, oh, well, I just got to do it just like the person would do it if I paid them. But it's not necessarily true, right? Do it to where it's good enough. Do it to where you can put it out and let the consumer tell you by the results, okay? Let the consumer tell you by the results if it's good enough. Don't try and perfect that product or that service that you're trying to push out all the way, because you could be missing your potential clientele doing extra things they don't even care about, right? So I know one time I was doing Photoshop trying to learn how to do this flyer, but I wanted to learn how to do an overlay. And I spent probably a week learning how to do this overlay, and ain't nobody care. Nobody appreciated that. right? I didn't need to do that. And I probably lost out on a few more clients and more models and rappers and photographers because I was trying to chase perfection. So that brings me to the number one business, and I'm going to do it in order from what I least recommend to at the end. I'm going to tell you what I recommend for you to do to start a business with no money. What businesses that you can start not having to spend money, right? Definitely, I would say that print on demand. Now, I see a lot of people on Instagram and on TikTok showing you how to do print on demand businesses, like putting designs on coffee mugs and putting them on t-shirts. I'm going to give you the raw, honest truth. That still costs money, technically, right? Because you still need to get Canva, or you still need to make sure that you're getting a software. If you're going to go with the Photoshop, it's going to be harder. But again, more time, because you're doing things yourself and you ain't trying to pay somebody. But what I would do now, if I knew better, if I would use Canva. If I was going to do a print on demand service, I would go with Shopify. I would download an app. It's so many different apps. They're not sponsoring me, so I don't want to say too much, but there's a whole bunch of apps that you can actually utilize on Shopify where you can actually drop ship t-shirts. You just give them your design and they in return put it on the shirt whenever the shirt is ordered. Now, have I ever done this? Yes, I have done this before, and I did make a okay amount of money from it, not a lot. And that is one of the reasons why I am least excited about this one, because this one is honestly something you can do, but it ain't gonna make you no money that's gonna help you be able to quit your job or help you pay them bills, okay? It's more like, hey, I want to get some Chinese food or some Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell, okay? This printing on demand business you can do is basically like drop shipping, but it's not necessarily something that I would recommend if you're looking to make a consistent income, not spending any money. All right? Next, the next business that I started with no money and was able to actually scale this, and I was able to make a great income with this, is repairing phones. Now, when it comes to repairing phones, it's a little iffy because it all depends on if you have a toolkit, right? Now, if you don't have a toolkit, and if you live with your parents, if they don't have a toolkit, then you might have to get a toolkit, okay? Like, it's just gonna cost you like $6. But you might need to get a toolkit. I assume we all got tools because we all need to fix some things sometime, somewhere, someplace, somehow in somebody's house, okay? Preferably ours, right? But fixing phones came to me because I kept trying to hire repairmen, but they kept being late. They kept trying to mix business with pleasure and flirt with the customers and look at their private stuff. And I decided, you know what? I need to start learning how to do this myself. I looked on YouTube how to repair phones, and I learned through YouTube first. I then practiced on a few, okay? Now, the way I practiced was I promoted that I fixed phones, and people came and I practiced on their phones. No, I'm lying. I actually practiced on my friend's phone first and broke his phone. But it taught me what not to do. And that was like the first month of me fixing phones. I messed up on about 65% of them, but I was able to fix them, and I was able to build my clientele from my friends, if that makes sense. If you're going to do this, I would definitely say if you're going to start fixing phones for free, okay? Learning how to fix them for free, all right? I would start on somebody close to me. Hey, let me take your phone apart and put it back together. And I would do that with at least 2 models. Then I would only promote that I fixed those 2 model phones. And now you might be like, well, I got to buy the parts, Brandon. So what you do is you say, hey, I have a mail-in service, okay? Or you say, I only take appointments. Now, you want to take appointments first. Now, this is what I did, okay? I would take appointments, but it would be a day before that you have to book. So if you wanted your phone fixed, you had to book for tomorrow. And what happened is you would put down the price for the screen, and that would reserve your spot. So, prime example, if somebody wanted to get an iPhone 13 fixed, then you would basically have to pay me $20, pay me the 20, and in return, I'm gonna go get the screen. That reserves your spot. I didn't spend my money getting the screen. Then you come and then I fix your phone. So that is what I did, and that made me a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, that made me a lot of money, okay? That made me a lot of money. So if you could do that, now we're talking about profit-wise, at least $500 every single week. It's very slow to start though, because you still have to get to building your name, learn how to fix the phones. But once you get the hang of it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And if you guys need my help, definitely go ahead and tap in. And I will help you guys learn how to fix phones too, because I do help people do that in my private community. Next is going to be a supply on demand business. And I'm not going to lie, this is basically drop shipping. I told you guys, if you guys watch me, I've drop shipped before. I've sat in my grandmother's house drop shipping from AliExpress and Alibaba before. It did make me money. The only time when I had an issue was when customers would complain that they didn't know the quality. So what I would tell you is do this, but only do it for a little bit, because you might not see all of the money because you don't know the quality. And a better alternative, if I would have knew this and I would have somebody like me in my life, is I would go, somebody like me, to my website, wesply.com, and I would look at some products. I would start posting the products first. And then when I post the products, I would wait for them to sell. And then I would just go buy the product with the money that I got on eBay. And I would make sure there's 3 days shipping and handling. And I would then go to a website like mine, buy the product, put the address of the customer, and literally let it be that. That's what I would do. I wouldn't really try and do it from China. I would try to find somebody in the United States or the country you're in that can provide that product to that customer for a seamless transaction, because making that transaction as smooth as possible will decrease the odds of you having a chargeback. So you want to make sure, if you're going to do a supply on demand business, aka drop shipping, that you're finding a warehouse that is going to be in the same country as you. And you can even do a Walmart, do a Target. And I've already did a live showing you guys exactly how you do that, because that can actually warrant you some money and get you good profits. Now, last but not least, this works 100%. You can start flipping phones with no money. I already have people that do this, right? All you got to do is you find somebody that has a post saying, I buy phones. You then go, whether it's on Facebook, OfferUp, you go to that person and you message them and you say, hey, my name is such and such. I am an expert at finding people sales, finding people services, and I wanted to add you to my repertoire, or to client list. And what I will do is I will find phones for you to buy. And all I would charge you is a finder's fee. And you choose whatever your finder's fee is. So I have people that go every single day and they scour in their area for phones for me to buy. What happens is they'll look for phones for me to buy. I'll go and say, okay, if the phone is brought, that you actually found me, the lead you gave me, if it is converted, I will pay you $20. And what happens is they will actually go and find somebody. They'll say, hey, I want to connect you with this person. This is the meetup spot. Like, I don't do any negotiation. This is the meetup spot. You do all the negotiations, everything for them. All you do is say, hey, they would like to meet. They got this, this, and this. The IMEI is this. And then I go, or one of my employees goes, and we meet the person, we buy the phone, and then we pay them. And that is how a bunch of people that I know have actually started phone flipping, when they don't have money. Okay, now, like I told you, not having money costs you something, and what it's going to cost you is time. And it definitely takes time to negotiate with a whole bunch of people and try and convert those leads and make sure that your leads are actually of substance. Because again, you do have people that try to do shortcuts and they're just trying to find anything. You're not going to get paid. You're not going to get paid to find this if you don't actually convert, you know? So you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and you're looking and you're inspecting what you expect so that you can start making money and build a relationship with another phone flipper. Because if you build a relationship with him, he might tell you who his buyer is. You never know. So these are the jobs that I would recommend to do if you don't have any money, okay? Now, I'm only recommending them because I did it when I was broke and I had no money. So again, I know you guys can do it, man. Make sure you guys make the money. And again, it's okay to start with no money, but I always recommend with starting with something. If you get paid a check, put some money aside, invest in a product, invest in something that's going to continue to have value so that you can always have an asset to sell and make money work for you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.